Yo, YouTube, it's your boy Philo B. I am Philo, and I'm coming to you again with another NBA 2K21 player build. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's jump straight into the video. I know I haven't been posting in a while. I know I haven't. But the reason I haven't is because I've been in the lab working on some videos and some builds, and I got some fire builds coming for you guys later this week. But man, this build right here, the build we're going to be making is a sharpshooting lockdown, but the catch is we're going to be using the pure green pie chart. And not only am I going to show you how to do this at the guard position, I'm going to show you how to do it at the stretch big power forward position too. So once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's jump straight into it. For the position, we're going to go shooting guard. For the hand, strictly preference, but you guys know I'm left-handed in real life, so I go with left. Jersey number, gotta go number 11 to represent Klay Thompson in this. So the pie chart, like I told you guys, we are honestly going to use the green pie chart. And you're gonna see how overpowered this is in a second, because basically you're gonna be a lockdown, but you're gonna be a pure sharp. For the physicals, we're gonna go with the fastest because I want to make sure this guy can keep up. For our attributes, we're gonna max out the drive and layup, we're gonna max out the drive and dunk, and then we're not gonna touch anything else on that because you really aren't gonna need too many finishing badges on this build anyway. And as you all should know by now, you don't need that many finishing badges to get to the rim on here. So for the mid-range, we're gonna put that to an 82, but you guys have to trust me. Gonna max out the three-pointer, we're gonna max out the free throw, we're not gonna touch the post fade. Moving on to the playmaking, we're gonna put that passing accuracy to about a 75. Gonna max out the ball handling, then we're gonna put the post moves to about a 58. As for the defense, we're gonna max out the defensive rebound, offensive rebound, we're gonna max out the block and the steal, the lateral quickness, the perimeter defense, and we're going to put that last little bit on interior. So let's freeze for a minute. I want you guys to just take a minute and look at these stats, and while we're at it, we're going to drop 2 off the drive and layup and put that on the interior, just because it makes me feel better to know we got a little bit more on there. But looking at these stats, right, look at that shooting in relation to the defense. The defense is actually pretty decent on this build, but by the time we finish with it, the defense is going to be almost as OP as the shooting. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to look at these attributes is because when someone looks at your 2K card, they're going to be amazed because they're going to say, wow, this guy is literally a pure sharp. Or if you go with the stretch big, they're going to say he's a pure stretch, but he's playing me like a lock god. Like, what's going on? So moving on to the body shape. For this, we're gonna go burly. You guys know I love the burly body type. You can bounce around your defenders, and then when you're on defense, you get to body up your man and get real close to him. For the height, we're gonna go 6'5", and for the weight, we're gonna drop his weight down to about 179. Looking at that speed, you're gonna have an 81 speed and around an 80 acceleration. Moving on to the wingspan, this is the bread and the butter. You're gonna give this player max wingspan. Now I wanna pause one more time. Want you guys to pay attention to this. You have a max wingspan with an 81 speed and 80 acceleration, so you have no trouble moving around the court. You have a 70 drive and layup, which is decent enough. A 62 drive and dunk, and if I can dunk with a 63 drive and dunk on a play shot, I know this build can dunk. You have an 80 mid-range, which is pretty decent. You have a 93 three-pointer. 73 ball handle isn't too bad, but look at your defense. 75 perimeter, 75 lateral quickness with an 82 steal. Now this is what's gonna blow your guys' head off. Look at the takeovers you get. You get sharp and lock down takeover. Lockdown. So just in case you guys forgot, we're gonna go back just a tad bit. I want you guys to see that. You get 9 defensive badges, right? 9 defensive badges. Keep that in mind. 9 defensive badges. Max wingspan, right? So if you get that lock takeover, that will boost up all of your defensive stats. So all of a sudden that perimeter defense turns into 80 to 85, lateral quickness 80 to 85, steal 90 to 95, depending on if you choose this lock take, and if you know you have a teammate that's running defensive leader, then you get an even bigger boost. But dude, you get a 93 3-pointer with lockdown takeover. You literally have a pure sharp. Listen to me, guys. You have a pure sharp that is also a lockdown, right? Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen anyone make this before, right? So moving on to the name, since you guys love the name so much, your name is going to be 3-point specialist. So off rip, when someone sees that you're a 3-point specialist, they're going to think, okay, so all this guy can do is shoot. But you literally have max wingspan, so you can play the passing lanes, and then you're going to be able to get up on your player as far as the on ball go. And man, you're just going to be wreaking havoc. Not only is this a park build, this build can be used in 3v3 Pro-Am, 5v5 Pro-Am, private Pro-Am, the rec center, wherever you want to use this build. This build can be used in the comp stage. Listen, guys, the question I want to ask you guys is, why not, right? Too many of us are making pure sharps out here, right? Why not go with this build? I want someone in the comment section to tell me a negative about choosing the lockdown takeover and making this sharpshooter build that I am showing you guys. I'm not saying, hey, you know, tell me something negative about the build. I'm telling you to tell me a negative reason why you wouldn't want to make this over a regular pure sharp when you can masquerade as a lockdown also. Moving on to the badges, right? We all know how this goes. I'm going to put that on bronze, fancy footwork. As far as the shooting is strictly preference, but I'm going to show you what I would roll with. Once again, this is strictly preference. If you guys know a better badge setup, as usual, I always tell you guys to let me know. I am always open for suggestions. Comment section is always open. Moving on to the playmaking. The most important thing to me, besides that lock takeover, was I wanted to make sure that this player had 12 playmaking badges, just because I felt like 12 would be more than enough for this player, because I run gold quick first step, gold space creator. I would put gold unpluckable on just for the heck of it. And then I'm gonna go, you know, a little bit off script, right? A little bit off script. I rarely use handles for days, but I'm gonna put it on this player anyway. As far as the defense, now there are so many combos you can do with the defense, right? You could go 3 gold, you could go silver, you could go a mix of both. But this is just me personally. I'm gonna go with gold clamps. I'm gonna go with gold intimidator. I'm gonna go with silver pickpocket. And you know what? I'll drop my clamps down. I'll drop it down. The reason I'm gonna drop it down is because we all know at the moment that defense, most people can play it in this game. The defense is slightly overpowered. It's almost as overpowered as the shooting. So that's the reason I felt like I could drop it down, because I could also stick these two on here just to give myself the extra boost on defense. And that is how you make the build. If you guys know of a better one, please let me know. I sat in the lab, I worked on this. I wanted to make sure to bring you guys some heat, since I haven't uploaded in the last few days, man. But I honestly think this is a build that everybody's gonna love. Now I'm gonna move on to the second part of the video, and we're gonna teach you guys how to make the stretch big version of this build. Alright, so for the second half of the video, it's time for me to show you guys how to do the stretch, as I promised I would. And I'm gonna try not to make this part too long, just so you know we can keep the video moving. So position, we're gonna go power forward. Hand, you guys know I go left. And for jersey number, I went with 35, right? I went with 35. I was thinking about KD, but to be more authentic, we'll drop it down to number 7, because I was born on the 7th, and that's KD's number. So once again, guys, we are gonna go with the pure green pie chart, and we're gonna go with the fastest speed, right? So for the attributes, we're gonna max out the driving layup, we're gonna max out the driving dunk, we're gonna put that standing dunk up to about 35. and we're gonna move on to the shooting. For the shooting, this time we're gonna max out the mid-range, gonna max out the three-pointer, but we're gonna put our free throw up to an 80. And we're gonna put our post fade up to a 90. So yeah, yes, I know how overpowered the fades are, guys. We're gonna get some post fade on this build. For the playmaking, we're gonna put the passing accuracy up to about a 69. And we're gonna max out the ball handling and leave that where it's at. Sorry. We're gonna max out the defensive rebound, the offensive rebound, and the block. Gonna max out that steal, that lateral quickness, that perimeter. Then we're gonna use our last little bit to max out that interior defense. Now I want you guys to pause right here. If you did that correctly, you're gonna have 1 finishing, 26 shooting, 3 playmaking, 10 defensive. And I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, why does that stretch necessarily need the playmaking? But I am a fan of quick first step. I've proved to all my boys and a lot of people, especially last year, that if you put quick first step on any build, you unlock the ability to get a speed boost in animation. Now there's a difference between being able to speed boost and getting a speed boost in animation. Any build in this game that has gold quick first step can get a speed boost in animation, and who knows, I might put that in a video later. For the body shape, you guys know we gotta go with Burley. For the height, we're gonna drop his height down just 1 tick, and we're gonna make him 6'8", so he does have some height on him. As far as the weight, we're gonna put the weight to 240. Now the weight is tricky. Depending on what direction you get with the weight, you can sometimes get the lock/rim protector takeover with a higher three-pointer or a lower three-pointer, but the best weight that I felt comfortable with was going with 240. As far as his wingspan, we're gonna bring his wingspan 1 below max. Okay, 1 below max. 1 below max. And the only reason why we're doing that is so that we can get this 86 three-pointer, this 85 three-pointer with this 86 mid-range, right? So moving on, if you did that correctly, you unlock the ability to get rim protector defense. So once again, gonna ask you guys the question: if you're making a stretch big, why not make this one? This one has nearly max wingspan, and you won't be able to tell the difference between nearly max and max, and it has the ability to get lock takeover to boost the defense, guys. And look at the name, Stretch 4. So when folks see that, they're gonna instantly think you're pure stretch until you get to clamping them up. Let's move on to the badges, guys. I'm telling you guys, I spent time trying to figure this build out. I knew this is the build that I wanted to figure out how to make for you guys because I felt that it was possible, and I think I did an alright job. So be sure to let me know if I did. As usual, you guys know I go fancy footwork because I like to work down in that post. I like the hop step, I won't lie to you. So shooting badges, once again, strictly preference, but you guys know what I'm gonna do. You already know what I'm gonna do, so I don't know why you guys are sitting here waiting and asking. But with this build, I decided to switch it up a little bit. I want to put a little bit towards slippery off ball, just because I want to be able to wiggle and get off of my opponent with this build. And I'm going to put a little bit on catch and shoot, just because I feel like you might come off the pick and pop. I understand that pick and popper is the correct badge for this, but we all know that one point guard that will sit behind the screen and dance, and then when you pop, he won't give it to you. He might dance a little bit longer and then give it to you. So for that reason, I'm not going to put on pick and popper. I'm going to put on catch and shoot instead, and then I'm going to use my last little bit on Deadeye Hall of Fame. Moving on, I already told you guys exactly what I wanted to put this on. That's quick first steps, so I can get those speed boosting animations, and then defense. This build gets 10 defensive badges. So I had to think. I said, what am I gonna do? So I decided to go with Gold Intimidator, right? Gold Rebound Chaser, and then I wanted to split my last two. I don't feel like I would need clamps on this build, so I'm gonna go Silver Pogo and then Silver Rim Protector. Or if you guys want, just showing a different combo, you can drop that down. You can drop that down, and you can stick them both on post move lockdown. So if you guys like this build and you guys want me to find other rare builds that you really don't see, you know, I like to call them catfish builds, be sure to let me know down in the comment section. If you didn't like the video, be sure to let me know why. As usual, this is all strictly preference in my opinion. You guys let me know what you want to see next, and I'm out. Peace.